what a f***ing flight. We have made it to Melbourne in Victoria. Give you a little room tour just while we're here. We got the TV, where I probably won't be watching Netflix. We got the bed, we got the lamp, we got a chair, good for sitting. We got just standard hotel shit, I suppose. We got a phone, dial 9 for reception, which I probably might. And have a look at the bathroom before I absolutely destroy it. I've been holding on to a monster. We have the sink and your boy repping the shirt, Centrelink, living the dream. And we also got the toilet where I'll be taking a massive steaming shit. Alright, he's awake. So I think today's plan is going to be sending the drone over Dynon Yards. I think it's Dynon. We're going to be sending it over Dyson Yards. And then we're going to just be getting some random B-roll of the trams, getting some photos and all the yada yada. I think later on I'll edit a music clip for the Melbourne theme that I made, that I put online about a month ago. And then I'll use all the B-roll to splice that together. Also, more shirt rep. I'll slap the mixed shit out of you. I swear this video is just going to be like 90% shirt reps just because my taste in fashion is crazy. But keep on it.
Service. Footscray. Service. Footscray. Service. Is a limited express service to Southern Cross. The next station is Footscray.
just arrived here at Macaulay station, Macaulay out of Kensington, and we're just testing our skills, just shooting some random Suburbans that come through. If and when I manage to see a freight, completely different story. As of right now, I'm sitting on platform 2, looking towards platform 1. Hopefully you should get a pretty good view of the City Loop trains that come through here. Also, did not know that they had the New South Wales 3 tones on the Siemens trains. I was sitting there, heard the 3 tone, and I'm sitting here like, I know that tone.
The next station is Macaulay. Arriving on platform 2, Siemens 716M and 842M to Upfield. Arriving on platform 1, Comenge 542M and 401M to Craigieburn via City Loop. Arriving on this platform, Comenge 455M and 378M to Upfield. Arriving on platform 1, Comenge 549M and 329M to Craigieburn via City Loop.
And now, an autoimmune disaster.
So, due to a sinus infection, I've had to cut the day short. Thank you so much to all the people spluttering on the tram for doing your part in making the community a better place. You. Okay, so he feels slightly better after yesterday's little blunder, but we're going somewhere very special. Very special. And I'm not going to tell you where it is until you see it, but it's very special.
The next station is South Kensington. VL18 and VL26 to South Geelong. VL79 to Wendouree. VL11 to Southern Cross, with VL12 and VL47 to South Geelong.
South Kensington, I thought I'd share my little impromptu tripod. So I've got my actual tripod with the phone in its bracket, which has been almost fully extended all the way down to the floor, but it's using a battery pack as a stand, and it's using the fence as a bracket.
VL58 to Ararat. VL13 to Southern Cross. VL56 and VL42 to Southern Cross.
And now, drone footage above South Kensington freight yards.
The next station is North Melbourne. This service is the Sydney to Melbourne XPT, seen on the North Melbourne flyover, viewed from the rail viewing platform. The next station is Albion. This is the Melbourne to Sydney XPT. The next station is Aircraft. This is the maiden voyage of the 94 class locomotives. This is a freight service from Adelaide to Melbourne.
Never been to Melbourne? Here is a special preview of what it would be like on board the Comenge trains.
Now arriving at Macaulay.
The next station is Macaulay.
Try again.
We're back in Macaulay. We have a new toy we're trialing out. We have a hot shoe mount for an iPhone. We're going to see if I can manage to keep this stable while I film. The next train's due in about 17 minutes. We're going to have a look and see if we can sort of manage. We've got the mount active. Looks like needs a little bit of a tighten just on the rear there, because it seems to be able to free roam like a mother. So that's going to be an Allen key job, because everyone loves an Allen key. But what we're also going to do is we're going to do another little quick test as well, because we're going to see if I can manage to keep this stable while recording. As you can see, the top of the lens is just at the top here.
and the lens likes to, not the lens, the hot shoe is pretty stable, but the bracket that holds the phone is not. So we're going to see if we can be able to sort of maneuver this while it's on charge, because the battery sucks. One thing I do like about the flexibility of this bracket is that I can like have my camera ready to shoot. It's that Godzilla for it, but you can have like the hot shoe ready to shoot, and then you can also turn the camera off and then sort of just check next there by doing like all this. So in Melbourne, man. It's just a little sort of overview on Macaulay station. There's the station sign there. So we're currently on platform 2. It's a fairly industrialised station. We've got the M2 CityLink that runs directly above the train station here, which actually makes for a pretty cool shot because you don't get this in Queensland. The nearest thing we could probably get is, dare I say, maybe Toowong, but that's a shopping centre and not a highway. Currently, next up we have a Siemens coming in on platform 2 that's heading towards Sunbury, and then we also have a Comenge coming over on platform 1 heading towards City and Flinders Street. So just going to wait for those, and then we're going to really put the bracket to the test, because I can dance with this thing now, like doo 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 doo. Also, 100% the most goated thing about Macaulay, absolutely 100% free bag racks. Look at this, it's so handy. This is easily the dumbest thing, because like me when I see train, ooh. What the shit? Oh, that is a nice illusion though, that is very, very stable. What's also interesting is the other potential setup involves having a look at the camera screen while it's here. Be like, haha, look at this. Ka-choo!
Arriving on platform 2, Siemens 727M and 822M to Upfield. Arriving on platform 1, Comenge 630M and 669M to Flinders Street.
Right, now it's time for the important hat test. So we have just a regular baseball cap, got this from Wet n Wild, and it's got a little star sticker on it because it's adorable. But we're going to make sure that we can take photos with the bracket on. So I think it failed the hat test. But check it out, it also doubles as a body cam. Like, you got a ticket to travel, good man. You got a... Gonna strangle you. Alrighty, so there we got more content that we can use for Macaulay. So we're going to head to Royal Park, see if we can get that tram train crossover. Also, never noticed the dial tone before the announcements. That's kind of weird.
Here is a special preview of what it would be like boarding the Comenge trains.
The next station is Royal Park. Here is a special viewing of various Route 58 trams servicing West Coburg and Toorak via Melbourne CBD.